everybody, Cassius here, welcoming you back to the Shakespeare Minute. Today on the Villains Countdown we have villain number 21, Don John from Much Ado About Nothing. We're on a bit of a comedy villains kick these days. At any rate, Don John from Much Ado About Nothing. He's quite a piece of work, this guy. I mean, look, this is him in his own words.
In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. Baraccio, what news?
I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on?
Marry, it is your brother's right hand.
The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way.
Yeah, this guy just doesn't like his brother, and because he doesn't like his brother, which is going to be a common theme here on this Villains Countdown, he is willing to basically fight whoever his brother is friends with. It's another one of those guilt by association things that these villains have. And he starts going after Claudio, who is a soldier who fought for his brother in the previous conflict where Don John and Don Pedro may or may not have just outright been fighting in that war. The backstory is not perfectly fleshed out, but that's probably what just happened. And Don John just decides, okay, anyone who is on the other side, they are my personal enemy now. So I'm just here to watch the world burn, essentially. His completely, aimless villainy is actually a little terrifying. He seems to be someone who's just willing to do anything and see whatever fallout happens because he's just a generally unhappy guy and he's not willing to sort of rein himself in or you actually think about what he wants to do. He's just like, oh, here's the most convenient thing. He just, major opportunism. He just commits these crimes of opportunity, just wreaking havoc everywhere. And what he does is he slanders Hero, the daughter of Leonardo, saying that she was unfaithful to Claudio before their marriage, which of course is not true, and it just messes everything up. I mean, it not only just destroys her reputation, it really just hurts everybody, and that's just what he's all about, is just hurting people. There's no sense that he's gonna get anything out of it, which is kind of interesting, and there's no sense that he's even gonna be happy. It's not like he gets tangible benefits, and it's not like he gets much of a psychic benefit either, except for the fact of putting one over on his brother, which he does, and he specifically makes his brother part of the whole lie. He deliberately wants Don Pedro to be someone who will believe this false story, which is interesting. I think it's interesting because Benedict and certain other characters are left out of the lie, but Don Pedro is in there, even though he doesn't have to be. Claudio's the only one who has to be there, but Don Pedro is as well, and it's just an embarrassment. And so I think that for his mean and petty way of going about things, but yet willing to see very high-level damage done from it, I think he gets to be a little bit higher than these previous comedy villains that we've been looking at. So Don John, whose crimes include fraud and then escaping the scene of the crime, by the way. He is so far from having a conscience, he wouldn't even do that. And his motivation, again, uncertain, just general villainy, probably, as he stated earlier. And for those crimes and his motivations, he gets to spot number 21 on the Villains Countdown. Till tomorrow, I'm Cassius. Think of the world.
Are not you Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.